Hey everyone, and welcome. It feels like we're all searching for the same thing, right? A little bit of genuine happiness, some peace and quiet in the middle of our crazy busy lives. Well, today, we're going to dive into a simple but really powerful path to actually find it.
I mean, just think about it for a second. We are constantly surrounded by noise and pressure. Whether it's the gridlock traffic in a big city like Karachi or just the nonstop pings from our phones, it's a lot. And isn't it weird? We have all these gadgets and conveniences that are supposed to make life easier, but that feeling of real, deep contentment, it can feel like it's a million miles away. So what is the secret? Right, and that really brings us to this central question. Is life a burden or is it a blessing? It's a strange paradox, isn't it? We have all this amazing technology, things our grandparents couldn't even dream of, but a lot of us feel like we've lost our sense of inner peace. Sometimes life can feel more like a heavy burden than the gift it's supposed to be. But here's a thought. What if the answer isn't some super complex philosophical grand solution? Because the secret, and this is really the core idea of our entire explainer today, is found in small, simple, daily habits. And the best part? This isn't just wishful thinking, it's completely backed by modern psychology. The journey to a more joyful life isn't about, quitting your job and moving to a mountaintop. It's about weaving these small, powerful habits into your everyday routine. We're talking about things that can literally change your brain chemistry for the better.
Okay, so let's get practical. Let's talk about the first set of tools in our happiness toolkit. And honestly, they're probably the most overlooked, but they are incredibly powerful. We're talking about the simple act of laughing and the art of noticing the small joys all around us.
Yeah, laughter. It's not just about having a good time, it's basically a way to biohack your own brain. The moment you have a good, hearty laugh, your body floods with endorphins. These are your brain's very own feel-good chemicals. Think of them as natural painkillers and mood boosters all rolled into one. It's like hitting a physical reset button on stress. But there's this cultural trap we often fall into. We tend to think that being super serious all the time is a sign of dignity or importance. But the real truth? A healthy sense of humor is absolutely essential for our mental health. Learning to laugh at yourself, at the absurdities of life, that's not being silly. Man, that's a survival skill. And this leads to a great concept called joy snacks. See, the idea is you don't have to wait for the big vacation or the huge promotion to feel happy. Instead, you can sprinkle your day with these little joy snacks, tiny, conscious moments of happiness that really help fight off that daily grind and fatigue. So, what do these look like in real life? Well, it can be something as simple as truly pausing to take in the amazing smell of your morning tea or coffee. Or it could be just catching the pure, innocent joy in a child's smile. Or maybe it's that little buzz you feel when a friend sends you a warm, thoughtful message out of the blue. See, these are the joy snacks that can totally fuel your day. Okay, so these in-the-moment joys are amazing. They're powerful. But for that deep, lasting contentment, we need to build on something even bigger. And that's where gratitude and strong relationships come in. And here's a habit that is so simple, but honestly, it's profound. Every night before you go to sleep, just take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. That's it. What this does is it literally retrains your brain. It forces you to shift your focus away from what's missing, from what you don't have, to the abundance that's already right there in front of you. And the research on this is crystal clear. People who do this are consistently happier and less prone to depression. Now, speaking of research, check this out. There's this study from Harvard University. It's one of the longest studies on human life ever conducted. We're talking decades and decades of data. And their one big goal was to find the ultimate secret to a happy life. So after all that time, all those people, what do you think they found was the #1 key? Well, I can tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't money. It wasn't fame. It wasn't climbing the career ladder. The single biggest predictor of a happy, healthy, and long life was the quality of a person's relationships. That's it. The warmth of our connections with family, with friends, with our community, that is the true foundation of our well-being. That is the real bottom line, folks. And that focus on relationships leads us perfectly into our final pillar for today. Because real happiness isn't just about what we get from the world. It's also about what we give back to it, and that incredible sense of purpose that comes along with it. It's funny, we're basically wired to be helpful. It's in our DNA. When we do a small act of kindness, give someone a genuine compliment, let a car merge in front of us, or just offer a hand to someone who needs it, it actually activates the reward center in our brain. We get a little hit of dopamine. We literally feel good when we do good.
It's a total win-win.
And this all ties into that big, sometimes scary word, purpose. But look, this doesn't mean you need to go out and solve world hunger tomorrow. It's about asking yourself a much simpler question. What's one meaningful thing I can do in the next few days? And then you just do it. Having that goal, no matter how small it seems, gives your life direction and a real sense of satisfaction. The key isn't the size of your purpose. It's about having one and being consistent. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground, right? We've talked about laughter, joy snacks, gratitude, relationships, kindness, and finding a sense of purpose. It might sound like a huge to-do list, but the real beauty of all this is how simple it is to actually start. So let's bring it all together and talk about how you can start today. Here it is, a super practical, totally non-intimidating 3-step daily plan. Step 1, smile for 2 minutes. Seriously, even if you have to fake it at first, just do it. Step 2, take 5 minutes just for yourself. Maybe that's when you really savor that cup of tea. And step 3, write down those 3 lines of gratitude at night. That's it. These tiny habits, done every day, can create a remarkable change in just a few weeks. And that really brings us to the most crucial takeaway of all. We have a choice. Taking life too seriously? That's a choice. It's not a requirement. We can choose to be weighed down by all the seriousness, or we can choose to actively, consciously, cultivate a lighter, more joyful way of living. Because at the end of the day, happiness isn't some destination you arrive at, like a prize you win at the end of a long race. No, it's the way you run the race. It's found in the small steps, the daily choices, and the simple habits we build along the journey. And when we start weaving laughter, connection, and gratitude into the fabric of our everyday lives, that's when life truly starts to feel less like a burden and more like the incredible blessing it's meant to be.